Slightly boosted.
Hi everybody, this is Ben Green, and you are listening to Screen Chasers, 3 Pump Chumps. I'm here with my two best friends,
Anthony Thomas,
Jermaine Sneed,
and we have a very, very special guest chaser with us.
DRC Carter.
Woo!
You would make that my ringtone.
You should.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ringtone might possibly be available at Screen Chasers. Look out for that.
and that's it.
boom.
We just saw the movie Red Dawn, which is about...
A group of teenagers look to save their town from an invasion of North Korean soldiers.
That's it?
And that's it.
And that's it.
That's what happens.
Nothing else happens, or
Well, I mean, stuff blows up, but that's the whole synopsis pretty much.
Huh.
Oop, there it is.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, this movie stars Chris Hemsworth, a couple of dudes named Josh, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah!
Woo!
John Winchester, baby.
Best part of the movie.
I like that guy a lot.
He's awesome.
I love Jeffery Dean Morgan.
He's really
Beast.
cool.
He's a beast.
He can
I'm always going to say these.
Man can grow a hell of a beard too.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
And he's got the salt and pepper going on.
Oh, yeah.
See, like
Distinguished.
if your beard grays, you want it to do kind of like that, where
That's what I
there's
want.
the
I want right here on the side.
yeah, totally looks slick.
I want my facial hair to look like Mr. Fantastic.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, that's the
Yeah,
that's the
nice.
look.
Nice.
All right, who wants
All
to
right.
focus on this?
Yeah,
Try to
really.
dig deep, guys.
Okay.
Dig very deep.
Okay, gentlemen and lady,
Yes.
this was a very interesting film. It's it's a it's a remake of a movie from the 80s of the same title, Red Dawn, about Soviets invading.
Can I interject real fast?
Yeah, go for it, man.
I wouldn't call it a remake as more of a bastardization of a good movie.
It's the way I would see it. Let's talk about the script real quick then, because I mean, kind of like the only parts about the film that I personally dug were the parts that cannibalized.
Jeffery Dean Morgan was in.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say that the parts where they cannibalized the earlier script, John Milius' script, who's an incredible screenwriter. That's the parts I really dug. And what about you guys?
Even the video game Homefront that he wrote. Like he wrote the script and everything for that video game. It's excellent. Still vastly superior than this movie.
It's considered one of the best written video games of all time.
Absolutely.
You did a good job for it, yes.
And DRC, you yourself are a screenwriter.
Yep.
I try to be.
Try to be. No, you
I'll
are.
put the pen on the paper.
Yeah, I try to be.
Pen on paper, magic happens.
What every great writer says. I try to do it. And you have a movie coming out soon.
Yes, I do. It's called The Del Toro Job.
Awesome.
Yes,
Good luck
we
with
start
that.
shooting in January. I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, I'm excited about that too. I'm more excited about that than I was to see this movie. As a writer, like, what are your thoughts on the script as a writer? Coming at it from that standpoint, the story standpoint.
Well, for starters, I felt that the story was very rushed.
Mm-hmm.
And the little sequence that they had, and I'm going to do my best not to spoil it here, where they were basically manning up and becoming soldiers, learning how to fight.
Like the training sequence
Yes.
or whatever?
I felt that was too rushed. I mean,
Yeah.
they basically went from, like, training wheels to Aston Martins in, like, way too short of a time. They tried to sell it down our throats, and I just didn't buy it.
Yeah.
I didn't buy it at all.
There was
Yeah.
There was a lot about the movie that was like kind of hard to swallow. While you're like, I don't really buy that. Chris Hemsworth.
He's cute, but bless his heart.
What's again with the beard? But why can't the man grow a full
Here we
beard?
go with the beard.
He's out in the
facial hair.
He's out in the wilderness for like a month. He doesn't grow a beard.
And
Where did the
He
clippers
chooses
come from?
not to. He's so pretty that he doesn't want to take away from the face.
That's why-
He's hiding it behind the
Can I-
beard.
that's always bothered me when he plays Thor.
Yeah.
Thank you. Me
Makes
too.
no
Hey,
sense.
okay. And
Can I just throw-
hold on,
Yeah,
real
go ahead.
fast. Before you do that, I want to touch on this.
Okay.
Both of you keep talking about Thor's beard. Reality, Thor doesn't have a beard through the majority of the comic book life. Doesn't. He's clean shaven, looking like a douche.
You go, then I'm gonna go. I got something to say.
By all means, go for it.
Hey, go ahead.
I'm gonna say Yeah, but obviously he chose to go with facial hair, so if he's going to do it, why not make a commitment?
Maybe he was trying to meet you halfway.
I
Maybe
don't
the studio
like
was
people
like, no
who...
beard at all.
The
We
second
want
Thor
you
movie, I
smooth.
need to see a beard,
Thank
especially with the script they're going for. So yeah, I know which comic book they're trying to follow, so he needs to have a damn beard.
I just think everybody should probably have a beard. But
So back to Red Dawn.
Yeah, back to Red Dawn. What I was going to say is, what do I think about his character? Like, I think he's a good actor. What's up?
I thought his character was annoying. I mean,
Yeah.
I get the point of his character and everything, and I get everything he was trying to convey with it. It just kind of overshadowed everyone else and just kind of sucked up all the screen. Like, I couldn't stand it.
He was too
Of course
dry.
he wouldn't do it.
Way
Yeah.
too dry to me.
Yeah.
You could have given him a little bit more depth.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, he just came on with like this chip on his shoulder and you never really understood why. You kind of knew.
It's because his mama
It was
died.
too much.
What's
You
like...
didn't know if it was from the war or from his
Mhm.
family issues or what, but he's still cute, so it's okay.
Well, that's a good point though, because there's lots of potential for his character to have lots of depth. I mean,
Yeah.
he's coming from war, and he talks about seeing, people, his friends dying next to him, and his mother died, all that kind of stuff.
The only thing I did like about his character is that every free moment he had was dedicated to getting them draws from Tony.
Oh yeah, that's
every time. Okay, the worst crime that these North Koreans did in this movie was cock blocking. On a whole other level.
3 times he was
Right
cockblocked.
before,
Yeah.
Twice.
bam.
they were obviously jealous of his
Right.
beard.
That's
That's staying in up. Anthony, you seem to have quite an affinity for a gentleman named Josh Peck. You want to talk about him a little bit?
I wouldn't call it an affinity. Josh Peck, my daughter, and anyone under the age of 12 would know him from Drake and Josh on the Disney Channel, where
He was that guy.
he was a big old boy. Big old boy. He lost a
was.
lot of weight, a lot of weight. He was in this movie called The Whackness, and when I figured out that that was the dude from the Disney Channel, I was like, what the hell? Watched the movie. The dude delivered, man. He did a hell of a job in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Earned my respect instantly with it. Cut to Red Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Fumbling, uncomfortable, clumsy, and just completely overacted the entire film. Like,
Well, that describes the entire movie, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's clumsy, it's overacted a lot of times, it's heavy-handed, and it's a lot of, I don't know, it's just a lot of propaganda, stupid.
yeah.
It's kind of silly, really. I mean, I know it's supposed to be kind of a silly action movie or whatever, but come on, man, at least try. Like do something. Or at least, if you're going to go that way, go so extreme that, you make up for it by saying, well, damn, I mean, how can I argue with that?
Yeah.
When you take an 80s movie like Red Dawn, you get the license to actually go, it's kind of an 80s film, so whatever. But they
Yeah.
didn't do that. They just
They've been trying to throw in some one-liners. Did y'all notice the
Oh,
one-liners?
they're
Yeah.
terrible.
I
They're all terrible. Did you see my...
did.
Yeah, it was that bad.
Remember the same what's funny is I know that all of you guys felt the same way I did about certain parts, because I would see something and I'm like, oh God, and I look over and Anthony and Jermaine have got their face in their hand, just shaking their head. The RC's shifting, going, oh Jesus, what are we doing now? Okay,
It was bad.
it was that. Okay, is there anything good about the movie?
The action, in my opinion, is pretty dope.
Yeah,
Yeah, very raw. I like the way that they used for some shots. You could tell that they were handheld. That
yeah.
was basically to disorient the audience.
Hmm.
I thought they did a really good job of that.
I like the actual fight scene in the end. There's the villain and the hero have their hand-to-hand scene.
Mhm.
In a lot of action movies nowadays, for some reason, they kind of get afraid to do that.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, no, I like give the hero and the villain. There's a clear villain, there's a clear hero. Have them do it up.
Dan Bradley, the director of this film, it's his first actual directorial it's his directorial debut in a feature-length film.
Really?
He's been a second unit director and a bunch of other things. He's also the stunt coordinator to a lot of films, which would explain why the
Oh.
action sequences overshadowed everything else in this
They
movie.
really did.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean,
Whatever.
you agree with that?
For the most part.
For the most part.
For the most part. At the end, when my man's doing all the flips and jumps over everything, I didn't buy it, but it was cool to watch.
Yeah.
Somebody was flipping?
Well, okay. He was trying to get the case.
Did I fall asleep at that part?
You know when he's trying to get the case, Anthony? He's jumping through the thing, through the rails, and...
Oh, you're talking about Peck?
Yes.
Josh Peck? Oh, okay.
He did a lot of cool action stuff.
He really did.
That wasn't him.
Well, he turned to Jaden Smith on the Karate Kid. All of a sudden, he was doing flips. That's what I'm saying. All of a sudden, they could do a lot of stuff, which I didn't buy, but I did think it was very cool.
Yeah.
So I agree with that. I'll be closing out the 3-pump. I thought we were going to give our
final thing?
Yeah, final thing.
No. Okay, hold on, watch. I got this. Ready? Ready? Hi, this is Anthony Thomas on behalf of Screen Chasers. This movie. That's our rating.
Boosted.